Well, there's a new effort now to make sure your tax dollars aren't being used for military salutes at pro sporting events. It comes after a report revealed that the NFL was getting millions of dollars to honor service members. You thought they were doing that out of free will, right? Well, in fact, 14 teams in the NFL had a promotional contract with the Pentagon. They were paid more than $5 million from 2011 to 2014. Well, now one Arizona lawmaker introducing a bill soon that would ban using taxpayer money, and that man is Senator Jeff Flake, and he joins us now on The Real Story. Great to have you on the program, Senator, because when we reported this last week, I know you had been investigating it. I was so shocked to find out that sporting teams were taking money from the taxpayer to honor our military veterans and our military in general. Were you as shocked?
Yes, we were. Let me just point out that most of the teams do so, and even the teams that did receive some money do a lot for the military on their own accord. But it did shock us to find out that some of the promotional activities that you see, the salute or honoring hometown heroes, was paid for by you, the taxpayer, and that's just not right.
Okay, so why, in your mind, Senator, is it not right?
Well, these teams would do it anyway, for the most part, and plus, it's just a little unseemly, I think, when everybody assumes that the teams are doing it out of their own goodwill, and then to find out that you're paying for it, or that the military will actually, put people up and honor themselves in that way. It just, it kind of cheapens the fact that most of them do it on their own. There's no lack of patriotism at these games. Nobody's sitting down during the national anthem. These are popular, so there's no reason to pay for it.
I know, and I mean, it's so emotional, many of these events, and I think that's why it came as such a shock that there was even money involved at all, and it kind of blurs the lines with the teams that were doing it out of their own free will and those that were taking money. Now, here's what the Pentagon has said about this, as I'm sure you know, Senator, that they were paying these dollars because they thought that it was a good recruitment venue for them to be in, and that it was good advertising to try and recruit young men and women to join the military. What would you say to that?
That may well be, and I don't think anybody is going against, and I'm certainly not, National Guard putting up a tent or using those venues to recruit, but that isn't what this was. A lot of what we found were contracts specifically saying, put a picture up on the Jumbotron honoring a hometown hero, and then you have to do this, and then you have to do that. And so we were clearly paying for these feel-good moments.
Right.
So recruitment, great. Although I will ask, I believe I'll ask GAO to study how effective this is for recruitment.
Right.
We were spending a lot of money a few years ago sponsoring NASCAR, for example. And then when we asked asked the military to demonstrate how that was helping them with recruitment, they really couldn't do so. So they've got to be able to quantify it a little better than they have.
And I know that you're going to look into whether or not it's more than just football, if it's other sports as well. But in the meantime, you want to propose a bill. Quickly, what is it going to do?
Well, there's been legislation already passed in the House just in the last week, which is just a sense of Congress that this shouldn't happen. We want to actually prohibit it. We want to make sure that we have legislation that says that you cannot pay for these tributes. Recruitment, that's different type of marketing, that's okay. But these salutes to the heroes and whatnot, we want to make sure that people know that that's being done because we're patriotic and we appreciate what the troops have done.
No doubt.
Not because we're paying for it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Senator Jeff Flake from Arizona, thank you so much, sir.